I don't know about you, but it feels like we just lived through an entire year's worth of AI progress in like the last 7 days. Seriously. We saw Google give superpowers to the tools that 3 billion of us use every day. The founder of Uber popped up after 8 years completely in stealth mode. And of course, Elon Musk launched yet another AI venture. But the thing that really might be the game changer? It's a new tool from Claude that lets literally anyone build an interactive app from a single sentence. Let's get into it.
And this line right here, dropped by Andrej Karpathy, co-founder of OpenAI, the guy who built Tesla's autopilot, it just nails the seismic shift we're all living through. The old way of doing things, by us, the meat computers, that era's over. AI isn't just a tool for research anymore. It's becoming the researcher itself. And to understand the scale of this race, just look at this number, 3 billion. That's how many people use Google's Office tools. And this week, Gemini just got baked right into all of them. This isn't some separate app you have to download. It's AI just appearing inside the software you already use. Think about it. Drafting entire documents from your emails, filling out insane spreadsheets almost instantly. And the wildest part? For most of those 3 billion users, this ridiculously powerful assistant just showed up, and they don't even know it's there yet. But look, Google wasn't the only one making big moves. The past week really felt like every single major player decided to step into the ring at the same time to stake their claim. The pace is just relentless. So you've got Google embedding its heavy-hitter AI Gemini into the tools we all use. Then, out of nowhere, Travis Kalanick, the founder of Uber, unveils Atoms, a robotics company he's been building in total secrecy for 8 years. And, not to be outdone, Elon Musk announces Macro Hard. Yep, you heard that right. A new venture with a $2 billion deal from Tesla aiming to replace entire software companies. These aren't just little updates. These are massive, swing-for-the-fences bets on what's next.
So with all these giants making moves, who's actually winning the race? Well, the latest report from Andreessen Horowitz on real-world usage just dropped. And what's wild is that even with all of Google's power, ChatGPT is still just crushing it in web traffic. We're talking 2.7 times more than Gemini. So on the surface, it looks like it's not even close. But when you actually dig into the data, a much more interesting picture starts to emerge. And here's the twist. The United States, the country that's building most of these incredible tools, ranks 20th in actually using them. The countries leading the charge are Singapore, the UAE, and Hong Kong. And get this, the third most used AI tool out there isn't from OpenAI or Google. It's Canva. It just goes to show you, having a massive built-in user base and just adding AI features is, right now, a more powerful play than building a pure AI company from scratch. Turns out, distribution is still king. But honestly, the bigger story this week isn't really about the corporate battles. It's about a fundamental shift in what AI can even do. We are rapidly moving from chatbots that you ask questions to autonomous agents that just do your work for you, even while you sleep.
So remember that Karpathy quote from the beginning about meat computers? Well, he didn't just write a cool tweet, he built the proof. He quietly dropped something called Agent Hub. The best way to think about it is like GitHub, but instead of humans sharing code, it's a place for AI agents to find each other and build on what the other AIs have already done. It's AI research run by AI for AI. This isn't a prediction, it is literally happening right now.
And Karpathy is not alone in building this wild future. Meta just bought Moldbook, which is a platform where every single user is an AI agent. This basically gives them an identity layer. It's like a verified passport system so AIs can communicate and work together. At the same time, Perplexity launched Computer, an AI that doesn't just give you an answer, it completes your objectives by coordinating 20 different AI models to run whole workflows. This is the big leap, right? We're not just building AI tools anymore, we're building an entire internet for AI agents to operate on.
Which brings us to Anthropic. For a while now, they've been a major player, for sure, but they just dropped a whole series of updates for their model Claude that puts them right at the center of this new agent-driven world.
And they really came out swinging with 3 huge updates. First, a memory feature that lets you just import all your context from other models so you're not always starting from scratch. Second, a new voice mode where you can literally just talk about your ideas and watch Claude build them in real time. And third, scheduled automation, which lets Claude work for you on a timer, like summarizing your emails before you even wake up. But there's one new feature that really, truly stands out. Okay, now for the main event. Let's do a deep dive into what might be the single most groundbreaking tool released this week, Claude's new Visual Builder. No, seriously, just pause and think about that for a second. What if you could build a working interactive app with just one sentence?
No designer, no developer, no code. Just an idea, described in plain English, that turns into a clickable prototype instantly. That's the promise here.
Let me show you what this actually looks like. A user gave Claude one single prompt. Build me an interactive anatomy explorer of the human body. That's it, one sentence. Claude just went to work, installing packages, finding actual medical SVG files, mapping all the organ IDs, all the tedious back-end stuff a developer would normally do. And then, this just appears. A full interactive atlas of the human body. You can hover over the heart, click on the lungs, get a description, and then, as if that wasn't enough, the user asked it to add a quiz mode, and it just did it. One conversation, 0 lines of code.
Okay, I know, that was a pretty complex example. So let's look at something else. Demis Hassabis, the CEO of Google DeepMind, made this absolutely massive claim that AGI will have 10 times the impact of the Industrial Revolution, but at 10 times the speed. It's a huge statement, but what does that even look like?
Well, someone just asked Claude to visualize it, and in less than 30 seconds, it produced this. A fully interactive chart comparing the two revolutions. You can switch the views, you can hover over data points, and this is the incredible part, there's a speed factor slider. You can literally drag it from 10x to 20x and watch the AGI curve compress in real time. It went from an abstract quote to a dynamic, playable visualization, instantly.
So, what does this all mean? Look, this isn't just about making cool charts. This kind of technology is fundamentally changing the entire workflow of how we create things, and it brings us right back to that idea of agents. The Visual Builder is a sneak peek of an AI that doesn't just talk, it does. It takes a high-level goal and just executes all the little steps needed to make it real.
All of a sudden, you don't need Figma to knock out a quick wireframe. You don't need to go hire a developer to build an interactive prototype. You can now go directly from an idea, just described in plain English, to a working tool that you can click on and share. This empowers students, teachers, entrepreneurs, literally anyone with an idea who doesn't have the technical skills to build it. It just completely collapses the entire process, from prompt to prototype.
And that leaves us with the final massive question. In a world where anyone with an idea can instantly create a working prototype, where the barrier to actually creating something basically disappears, who becomes the builder? Is it the person with the best code, or is it the person with the best idea? That is the future this technology is building, right now.